Hey guys, so I wanted to take a minute to talk to you today about what I once heard in a sociology class. I went to the University of Houston for a short time, about a year and a half. Sometimes I attended class, sometimes I did not. But this time I did. It was one of my first classes. I was a psychology major, imagine that. And I had to take a sociology class or one of the social sciences class. And on the very first day of class, the sociology professor made this declaration and said, no matter who you are or where you're from, you will never move past the point of success that your parents have. And I thought, that's a bullshit line. I immediately was like, there's no possible way. I already feel like at that tender age of 20 years old, I had already moved way past where my parents had been. I was in college and I just thought that was the most ridiculous statement ever. And I still believe to this day that that's true. But that is one of the sociology beliefs or, whatever structures that most people will never move past the point of their parents' level of success. So if your mom or dad is corporate managerial, that's where you'll be. If your mom or dad is an accountant, that's where you'll be. Whatever, you can never break that barrier or ceiling sociologically. But I think in this day and age that's BS. Like there's just I think that so many of us, the way that we grew up, we said, hey, we're gonna do better here, we're going to try to achieve more or do more or get past this because we saw the ways that our parents struggled. My mom was a single mom and, sometimes we couldn't even afford like a treat to go to McDonald's once a week. So I saw her struggle financially and the burden that it put on her. And I was like, I never want to do that. And of course I went through times even in my own family after I had kids where it was like, are we going to pay the light bill today or are we going to buy groceries? Now, thank you, Jesus, in my late 30s, I don't have that struggle anymore, but it never leaves my mind. Something that I've learned over the past year is what is called a poverty mindset. So that is where you are just always worried that you're never going to have enough, that you're always going to run out. For instance, when my husband worked in the oil field, we made a lot more money then. But I would buy in excess because I was always worried about running out. That was like the worst thing that could happen is I'm going to run out of shampoo, insert whatever here. And I would buy in excess, which was bad for our budget and I didn't need it. Now, fast forward a couple years later, now I'm always... that poverty mindset has changed. Like I know that there's going to be enough. I know that I can run the store and grab it. If my son comes downstairs and suddenly one day his pants don't fit him, we can go to the store and buy you a new pair of pants. Like not a big deal. But now that poverty mindset has shifted to, well, this isn't going to last. So just like it was the amount at first of I'm going to run out of something, now it's, hey, I'm having a really good day. I have a spark of energy. I have focus. I'm feeling healthy. My relationships are going great. My kids are really awesome. When's the other shoe gonna drop? When is the floor gonna crumble out from underneath me? When is the next, storm or whatever going to blow through? And so that is the next level of what we're battling. I see it in myself. I see it in my husband. We're just always I see it in my friends too. We're just always worried about this, whatever it is, this good thing, running out or us not having enough. I see it in my friends who get really amazing opportunities to speak or teach someplace, and it's like their first one. They're like, oh, I better not screw this up because another one will never come along. But then like 5 more right behind them come along as well. Or, your kids are doing really great and you've worked so hard, especially see this with Jalen. We're like, we've worked so hard and we're finally getting into a rhythm with school and he's doing really well. And, we actually like him again. And he's just doing so great. And it's like, oh, but when is, the next, battle, storm, whatever going to come about? And I have to get rid of that. I have to stop the noise or the record in my head that says this isn't going to last. That's what it all boils down to, is believing the lie that this is not going to last, that something else is creeping right around the corner, that there is just something waiting to attack you, like behind the door. And we can't live our lives like that. That's not living a full and abundant life. That's not even living a life at all. That's just being fearful and living in fear. And we can't do that. So we really have to stop and capture these thoughts once we get them and rebuke them, get them out of our heads, cast them right out. Like, that's a fancy Christianese word for, I'm not going to believe that, get it out of my head. I'm going to replace it with truth and say, I deserve good things. God gives good gifts. God is a good God. I deserve goodness. I deserve what I have. Not because I've worked for it, I've earned it or whatever, but just because I am who I am, and God blesses us. So I want you to remember that today when you're getting kind of frustrated or just, starting to get into your groove and things are really great, remembering not to be fearful about what is next, what is around the corner, or that it's not going to last, because you deserve good things. We deserve this good life. We deserve these good things because we have a good God who gives us good gifts. And if we give our children these great, amazing gifts, how much more will our Father in heaven give us? So that's the message I want to leave with you guys today. You deserve good things. You deserve blessings. So accept them. They're yours. Do not be fearful. Do not walk in fear. Do not get stuck in fear. And just remember that you deserve it. You deserve good things.